My name is Zach Sowa. I'm a senior studying cybersecurity, analytics, and operations. I currently serve as the Nittany Lion mascot, and my tenure will be ending very soon, on Sunday actually. I'm the 52nd Nittany Lion. I've served for 3 years in that capacity. So I knew going into Penn State, when I decided to come to Penn State, I knew that it was an open tryout that any student could try out, and I told myself that I would just try out for the heck of it, for the experience really. And so it just turned out that my freshman year, the current Nittany Lion was graduating. Immediately I told myself, hey, this is your opportunity. I entered it thinking there was no chance of ever winning. I thought it was just gonna be a story that I would tell my grandkids one day. Hey, I wore the Nittany Lion costume one time to try out. But they called my name and my life was changed. To put it simply, serving in this role was life-changing. I know that's super stereotypical, but it truly changed my entire college experience. It has shaped my character a lot, because when I was selected to be the Lion, I was tasked with this role of really being the symbol of our best. So being tasked with representing that idea challenged me to really develop my character a lot more than I ever would have in college, and really carrying on that torch and passing it on. The traditions are extremely rich, and I owe it to the 51 guys that came before me that made the role so impactful on everyone it touches. The greatest thing about being a Lion, I always say, is it's really just the ability to impact lives effortlessly. I could be having the worst day in the world, but I throw on the costume, walk into a room, and immediately almost every face lights up with a smile. And that impact is something that nobody besides myself really gets to experience. Here's where I started smiling a lot, because thon was my favorite thing every year. I went to a high school where they had a mini-thon, and I loved that every year. I was always passionate about the cause, because I am a firm believer, as most are, that no child should ever have to go through what these kids go through. The freshman year I came to Penn State, where it's the real deal. This is, in high school it was a 12-hour mini-thon. This is the real deal, 46 hours, over $10 million a year. And unfortunately I didn't get involved deeply at that point, but I just went to thon with thon organization and stood in the stands for 40 hours because I was that passionate about the cause. My sophomore year was the first time I experienced it as a Lion. That's when absolutely everything changed for me. I had an unbelievable first year serving as a Lion, because that started in spring of my freshman year. And then my first thon made everything else that had already happened look small. So yeah, when I experienced thon and saw just how impactful one person can be on really everyone's experience there, especially the kids and their families, it made it very clear to me that the most important thing I did every year was thon. A lot of the kids I hadn't really seen all year, maybe once or twice at a thon sports game, or some other thon event leading up to it, but at thon they embrace me as if I'm their long lost brother or something, and I get to just be a kid with them and just have fun and take everybody's mind off everything except just how much fun they have with someone they love. And to be that person is an unbelievable feeling, and I'm a firm believer that the Lion has the best experience at that. I knew that I wanted to dance my senior year in Thon. Dancing was just going to be like my final impact. I wanted to challenge myself to make that impact as big as possible by challenging myself to raise as much money as I possibly could. I knew that my senior year, having revealed my identity, I would have a huge platform to raise money on, and I felt like it was my responsibility to raise as much as I possibly could for the cause. And I, luckily enough, got selected as an IDC to dance, but that was not the end of our efforts. In fact, that was only the beginning. We have since kicked it into high gear and are continuing to really just chug and chug and chug towards this goal, and that goal is not complete until cancer is cured. A week out from Thon, starting last Friday on Valentine's Day, we started this 7K in 7 days campaign, which luckily enough, Coach Chambers helped us out with the first donation, extremely generous donation from him. And yeah, our goal really, I mean, we honestly hope to break 7K in 7 days, but we started this hashtag, we printed 77 shirts, we started throwing social media stuff out there, and we're really just trying to push this idea of raising 7K in 7 days to as many people as possible, really just to capitalize on the platform we have and raise over 7K in 7 days, just to raise as much money as possible for the kids. Can't wait to see you March 22nd at the State Theater.